What's up, people? Welcome back to another episode of the WrestleManiac UK podcast. Myself, Mex, here. We had a super interesting episode of Raw, which we're about to digest. But I'm not alone. I've got
Yep.
Anafi with me from Rest Things. Anafi, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Well, it feels good to always come back here and discuss the E with my bro. As you guys know, me and Mex had our own E podcast, so it's only right that he calls upon the E master. Want to call me that? But yeah, it's good, man.
Cool. What did you think, just initially?
We're getting straight to it, aren't we?
In fact, let me not get straight through it. I'll build up a bit and I'll do my pleasantries and stuff. What else you just saw? So, WWE RAW, first episode of Netflix.
Yeah.
It was emanating from the Intuit Dome
Yeah.
in Los Angeles, right? They said it was a sellout show, highest gate, all of this kind of stuff. The stars were out in force.
Yeah.
On the night, we saw Travis Scott, who was involved in Jey Uso's bit, which we'll discuss. We had Vanessa Hudgens, who's been there, Tiffany Haddish,
Macaulay Culkin. That what? Yeah.
Stephen
I think Kieran Culkin, his brother as well.
yeah,
Flowrider.
Flowrider, Wale, like the names are endless that were kind of in town for this. It was great to see Nikki Bella because Nikki Bella's got ongoing beef with the WWE, which seemingly has been squashed. So yeah, this was really impressive to see. But we still had a Monday Night Raw to deliver. And the conversation up and down the internet, no matter where you look, is did the Raw deliver? Now, away from the action and the in-ring stuff, Nafi, you're a guy of aesthetic, presentation, videography, all of that kind of stuff. Just from the moment the show started, kind of talk to me about your general feeling and the presentation for everything. Like, what did you think it was like?
So first and foremost, for the guys that was in the Discord, shout out to the guys in the Discord that stayed up for the whole thing. I said already that this is a concert. This is a full-blown concert. From the lights, the whole cover that was over the ring. That stuff you'll see, like that stuff I saw in the Kendrick Lamar concert. When I went to go watch Kendrick Lamar in 2019, whatever, they had a cloth over the whole stage, and you couldn't see through that stage until Kendrick Lamar came out. You see it, so it was one of those ones. So I already saw it. The thing went down, and obviously we saw the spotlight all on Triple H. The thing with Triple H loves it. He loves us. He loves the attention. He loves it. But I love it for him because it's just so, like, if I've worked that hard to get up in that, to get where he is in the industry, but I'll be doing the most. Same thing Triple H, I'll be doing the most. I'll be in everywhere. I even have my own Triple H toothpaste for WWE. That is there. General Manager toothpaste. All of that, bro. But yeah, like it's cool. Let me mute myself.
No, go for it.
Cool. Yeah. So actually I know what that is, sorry. Yeah, I know what that is. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, it was good. The lights were good. The whole graphics were sick. One camera angle I didn't really like was the drone that was going around. It was a bit clunky at times. We didn't need it. But I'm guessing
You like that, don't you? I thought you liked that. The drone.
Not like that. Not like the way they were just flowing it in every now and then. Like I think that one is there to like show off. For example, if the show just opens up, pyro, brrr, and you got the drone going around showing everyone, it looks cool. But just randomly just showing a drone after the break or whatever was a bit long. But nevertheless, it was a concert. It was a great. It was a great like it was a spectacle of of rest, like not sports entertainment, as people want to cook before people come and use their axe hammers to come and finish me. But yeah, it was visually it was sick, man. A lot of people that weren't fans of wrestling or people that were past fans of wrestling was tweeting saying, "Wow, this looks great, this looks good." And I think for a first episode for people that haven't been watching Raw, haven't watched WWE in a very long time, this is a great way to get in, a way to get back into wrestling. I'm being honest. You said it yesterday, and I'm saying it for myself. When I was watching the show, I said it straight. This show isn't for us fans. And I'll tell you why it wasn't for us fans. Every single match, they had to remind us who is who. Like, oh, this is Solo Sikoa. This is Roman Reigns' past, blah, 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 blah. This is Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley had a belt. It was there to remind everyone who is who. Why did they get there? How did they get there? And you know, they've done a good job of doing that. So for these new fans that just came into the scene, I'm seeing bare people that I didn't think watch wrestling. I had today, like funny enough, I had today like a guy that I worked with on a job last year, grading job. He graded one of my videos for us. Bro, he's messaged me because he watched the old WWE last night. the old WWE last night. So it's like I was like, yeah, I watched it. I was like, what do you think? He goes, mate, this is spectacular, mate. This is sick. The Rock came out and I lost my mind. Do you see it? So like we said, this Monday Night Raw wasn't for us. Maybe that last match, the Seth and CM Punk match, was for us, but the rest of the other stuff was more for the entertainment and just to reel people back in. Like, yo, wake up! This is what we can give you, and this is what it can look like on steroids. So, yeah. You seem upset.
No, okay. So I am somewhat upset, but I'm not upset by the presentation and stuff. Like, obviously, they had a job of making this look crazy to, like you said, appeal to the fans, right? Lapsed fans, new fans. This show wasn't for us. From a presentation point of view, as they tend to do, I think they knocked it out of the park. What is your point of view of WWE, Triple H, whomsoever, with that opening vignette coming out and basically saying, hey guys, wrestling is fake, but this is how we tell our stories? Because effectively, that's what that vignette did.
The thing is, this year, we don't know that wrestling is not really wrestling's theater, innit? Wrestling's like it's obviously it's a sport, but it also has drama. It also has that soap opera in it. That's why we're intrigued. Like it's bad versus good. It's evil versus good. It's the weak versus the strong. It's the David versus the Goliath. That's the stories that we're telling in the ring, and it's necessarily is fake, but it's the stories which we invest in, and I think that's what they were trying to sell us yesterday with the likes of seeing Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, even seeing Roman Reigns and, you know, Cody Rhodes. So it's like, you know, I'm guessing he's probably just trying to like present it in that way. Like, listen, we're on Netflix now. We're here just to tell stories rather than, you know, do the full, you know, just lie to you guys and say, do you know what, this is real, because we all know that's not real. People say to Jonah, "Oh, you're still watching that fake WWE." I remember the time when I thought that was fake. So why not just tell them? Why not tell them point blank? You're here for stories. You're here to wrestling stories, and this is what everyone loves about wrestling: is the stories. Obviously, if you love wrestling for the whole, you know, graps and all that sort of stuff, then yeah, you can love for that. There's that aspect of that, and we can dwell on that. Do you know what I mean? But above it all, there's always a story that's being told. The weak versus the strong. The David versus the Goliath, the good versus the evil. So he's presenting like that in it. So even him using the words like heel and face, stuff like that, we never used to talk about time ago. We just used to know, oh, that was a bad guy, that's a good guy. But presenting as heel and face, he's just telling these guys, just re-educating these fans, like, listen, this is what we call the villains and the good guys. But yeah, so I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was sick. I thought production-wise it was sick. You know me, I'm a sucker for production, in it. So I get blinded by that shit. You can have the worst show to man, yeah, bro. If you've got Ari cameras and yeah, I'm invested. But yeah, we said, yeah. The show was just basically an education to these new fans, and just to show that cool WWE have stepped up, and this is what Netflix are giving us to present to you guys. So it felt very Hollywood.
No, 100%, and they're in LA, so. You know, the whole fact of them really going big and doing all of this, like, it makes sense. I'm glad you touched on that. The vignette is basically saying, yes, this is fake, but we're here to tell stories our way.
Mm.
We're gonna hold on to that point, and we're gonna come back.
I know the story you're gonna. I think I know the story you're trying to get to, but yeah, go on.
I think it just happens multiple times over the show about the whole thing of, you know, the whole premise of we're here to tell stories, and ultimately for me, no stories were told. Which is probably one of my biggest gripes of the show. However, we'll get into the general review. How I like to do these reviews is break down the 5 main things that happened on the show, 5 biggest kind of talking points. However, because of what the show was, there was literally about 5 things that happened on this actual show outside of the pageantry of Raw coming to Netflix. So yeah, we're gonna get into that in just a second. Guys, if you're watching live, do join us in the chat, join the conversation, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Subscribe to Rest Things as well. This is gonna be a weird kind of 2-part episode, if you like, where we're going to talk about Raw here, and then, you know, on Rest Things we'll capture everything else that would have happened in the wrestling week. So make sure you subscribe to Rest Things so you can get all the updates and what we think of everything else that happened in the week. But today we are here to talk about Monday Night Raw from Las Vegas. It was on Netflix, if you missed that and didn't know. The first thing, you know, what we learned or that we are going to talk about is The Rock.
Let's get to that.
Oh, as I've coined it, it was Dwayne Johnson, because he came on some corporate mission where he was dressed as the final boss, but really and truly, he wasn't the final boss on the night. He came to do schmoozing, as they call it, and, you know, big up all the big wigs and, you know, hi Netflix, hi Ari Emanuel and TKO guys and all of this kind of stuff. Thank you for giving the WWE a chance on this platform. He put over Cody Rhodes, who I was genuinely happy that he put over, because I think Cody Rhodes, hear me out, I think Cody Rhodes deserves that, you know, thank you and everything, because Cody Rhodes is outstanding. And for The Rock to kind of give him that praise on this platform, a man that was responsible for putting together the competition in the last 5 years or something, and now he's here in WWE, like, it really does tell you the story, the journey that Cody Rhodes has been on. So I liked the fact that Cody Rhodes got his flowers. Let me rephrase and put it like that. I love the fact Cody Rhodes got his flowers. Given everything that we've been through in the last year, should that have been coming from The Rock right here on this stage? No way. For him and Cody Rhodes just appeared and was like waving and got his kind of 5 minutes of fame. The Rock even said, you know, say hello to Mama Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes thought this was something to laugh at. Like, when with all the beef, all the story that you guys have told, pissed away in 10 seconds. Absolutely pissed away just for some kind of corporate greeting and stuff, right? He then said, you know, big up Roman Reigns as well. That's my cousin, this, that, and the other, the real tribal chief. I was just thinking, brother, where are we going with this today? Where, like, we've done Triple H's entrance at this point. Now we're here doing this. And it's like, where are we going with this? And then the tribal combat match was to follow. Before I'll take a break, before we get into the tribal combat match, Lloyd, tell me what your thoughts were on this kind of promo by The Rock.
So I don't think you did you just see, you did, you on up. You didn't watch the live show. The Rock done more than that. He ruined a lot of stuff yesterday, and I think The Rock might have been burst. So
what else did he do?
I don't know whose decision this was, but I think it's one of the most dumbest decisions ever.
Oh no, the stuff backstage.
Bro, did you not see what he showed?
I saw all of that. We're gonna get there. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
What did
in the ring? The Rock coming out was obviously a big pop. Like, a lot of people love The Rock, and it's also nice to see The Rock, as you know, these old fans love The Rock. The Rock is like one of the cornerstones of WWE or WWF, whatever you call it. The Rock coming out and doing the whole thing. So what I said yesterday was that after the whole promo, I said, bro, this don't feel like the final boss. This feels like the boss. It feels like a normal, like, it feels like The Rock is just like strip everything back, come out and just say whatever. The Mama Rose stuff, the Cody Rose stuff, is in a way it's slyly good for Cody Rose because it's like, again, for these new fans, they're like they're I'm sure they're probably thinking, who's the guy to look out for in WWE right now? Roman Reigns, one. Who's the next guy then? The Rock is just giving you the next guy. Cody Rhodes is the guy you should be looking at now. This is the main guy. This is the guy that held up WWE during those crazy times, or even for the last how many years that he's been there. This is the guy. So that's good. A part of me feels like, actually no, we'll get to that. But yeah, it was. I don't know. I don't know what that promo was. Maybe the promo was just to open the show and just The Rock just strip everything back, even the whole beard. Like he just looked like he was like, don't know. It didn't feel final bossy, and that's what I expected when he came out. Even with the whole music and all that sort of stuff, like even the fact that he gave his belt away, the People's Championship. I'm sorry, I get to give it to his kids and stuff, but bro, he gave it away. So that's really showing us that, bro. Yeah, I might not wrestle again. It's done. I'm just gonna hand over now.
It was very like we saw the Rock come out during Bad Blood, at the end of Bad Blood, October. He saw Cody, he saw Roman Reigns in the ring. He does the cutthroat, and you think, okay, we're still pushing this story forward. It may not be clear what direction we're going in, but all roads lead to either Cody and Rock or Roman, or all three of them in the ring together. Cool. And then this is the next time we see him. And even before this, obviously on social media, he had done the whole "I'm the High Chief" stuff, blah, 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 I'll be at Raw, etc., etc. I genuinely don't mind if he does all of this, if he comes dressed as The Rock in a vest and his pants and comes out maybe with a leather jacket on top, his usual look, or a suit with no shirt on. Like, I don't mind if he comes and does all of this. If we can clearly see this is The Rock as opposed to the final boss. Like, I think we can give him that leeway if you do that. You've come dressed as the final boss, and you've given us some corporate spiel. That's the only thing I can call it without cussing. Like, some corporate spiel, and you've pissed away the story of Cody. The Cody Rhodes story is gone. It's dead. I think that was pretty much, for me, I'm not going to be at WrestleMania. Maybe the next WrestleMania I do, it will be me versus Roman. The Cody Rhodes thing is dead and buried. It's gone. And I just feel like even if it was not going to happen and there was no payoff, you could wrap it up better than, oh, hi, Cody. Cody's great, everyone. Hey, everyone. Cody's great. Cody's our guy, blah, blah, blah. And then, like you said, greeting backstage, drinking tequila with each other backstage and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm just thinking, you have pissed away one of the biggest stories that could have been told here.
Bro, it got worse. It was when he showed Roman and Solo Sikoa backstage together.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. On the IG Live, yeah.
Bro, and Sami Zayn was there.
Yeah, Sami Zayn was there, yeah.
Bro, I'm sorry, man. Like, I would have said, no, bro, we need to protect the business. We're showing too much. We're showing too much here. Lock it off.
I think to a degree, it's a bit self-indulgent. Like, you want to come and capture all of this and make your social media pop in. But to what degree? Like, look at all the stuff you're sacrificing. We've literally just seen, you've called Roman the tribal chief out there. And then we see you backstage hugging Solo.
And saying, well done, Solo. Where's Roman? Well done, Solo. Where's Roman? Solo's like, it was over there, man.
Yeah, like,
it's like, bro, like.
Now, granted, at the same time, they've just told us this is fake. So are we allowed to be that annoyed?
Cool, fake. Movies are fake, but the story needs to be told. Like, we still need to continue the story, bro. Yeah. We still need to continue the story. Don't give us spoilers yet. Wait for the film to finish. After the credits, that's when we can start seeing spoilers and Easter eggs and seeing all this sort of stuff. Right now, we're still in the movie. We don't know what's next for Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns.
This is it.
The stuff they showed yesterday could have been behind the scene footage they used for WWE Netflix, the Netflix special. The night of the the biggest one and blah, blah, blah. But,
Mm-hmm.
bro, we saw all of that yesterday. I was like, even seeing him and Drew McIntyre's got a serious match against Jey Uso. I don't want to see Drew McIntyre smiling for the match. I want to see this guy training with the rubber thing, fam. Like, just training and looking top. Like, come on. Rhea Ripley, that's what you saw Rhea Ripley there, and you're there hugging Rhea Ripley. Come on, man. Like, bro.
I wanted to kind of go with as you do for social media, you're looking for your catch lines. And I don't really like doing the overly clickbaity kind of stuff. But I was moments away of a short of something I filmed earlier today of just calling it straight up that The Rock ruined this for me. He ruined this Netflix debut show, whatever. Like he single-handedly, everything else to a degree I get and understand, and it wasn't to my taste per se, but you get it because of the occasion. But this man single-handedly ruined a lot on this show, like just through maybe trying to get himself over. I've seen people saying that obviously his last film, Red One, didn't do too well. He's coming back to a place where he can get love. That's why he wants to be a baby face and all of this kind of stuff. Listen, after all, The Rock is a human being, innit? Like, and we all love to be loved, but this is to the detriment of the product. So what I saw yesterday, it's like to the detriment of the product. To move things along, we got this tribal combat match. Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about the actual quality of the match because it's a bloodline match, and we know how bloodline matches go. I loved seeing Roman in the Kobe's. I thought they looked great. And again, that kind of brings in that young person culture that I think WWE are probably aiming for, along with obviously moving to Netflix and stuff. We saw all the usual shenanigans, Bloodline 2.0 getting involved, OG Bloodline coming and helping. Kevin Owens made an appearance, stunned Roman, wasn't enough. He went for the package power driver. Cody makes the save before Roman eventually wins and is about to put on the Ula Fala. Some great filming there, the videography behind Roman and Paul Heyman holding the Ula Fala in one corner. You can see The Rock coming from the distance. And you're thinking, okay, here it is. Here is, give me something sort of thing. And The Rock steps in and Paul Heyman hands him the Ula Fala. There's no turn or anything like that. The Rock is the one to, grace Roman Reigns with the Ula Fala. The High Chief putting the Ula Fala on the Tribal Chief. The long stare down between the two, which, like I say, is read to me, read to most people. Like, we're not finished here. Like, that's what all the dramatic pauses were for. Like, this is still open-ended, as opposed to the Cody thing is totally dead. Like, but this can still happen sometime. The Rock pretty much acknowledged Roman as the Tribal Chief. Even there was a point where, Roman done ones up to the sky and The Rock wasn't in the picture. He wasn't in the frame. And I thought, out of nowhere, rock bottom or something. Like, nothing. That was it. And then they all went backstage and the tequila was flowing and this, that, and the other. And yeah, so happy to see Roman as Tribal Chief again. WrestleMania wise now, I don't really know where we go with Roman. Go on.
This is look, a part of me yesterday felt like this can still happen. And
this year, you think this is still happening?
Yeah, I thought like it can still happen. Okay. I just thought maybe I'm just looking at it from a scope of what WWE, like maybe yesterday with The Rock coming back as a final boss and hitting Roman Reigns with the thing. It would have been sick for us wrestling fans that have been watching it for months. But they probably thought to themselves, look, this might be too much for the show. Let's keep it a bit contained and use that angle for another show or another moment. Or use that for bring it back for another time. Like, The Rock can easily come back like we said, The Rock can easily come back at WrestleMania 31, as Lap said, and come 31 and literally win the Rumble and ruin everyone's dreams. CM Punk's dreams, John Cena's dreams, Seth Rollins' dreams and just literally ruin everyone's dreams and just become the next number one contender. And I don't know, win the title earlier than we expected. He says, "Oh, you know, I don't want to watch at WrestleMania. I don't want to watch at WrestleMania. I want to match at Elimination Chamber or something like that." Then yeah, probably just coming like that. But I think it can still happen. We can still probably get Rock and Cody. Rock and Roman, but it's just maybe the Rock probably wants to do a bit more stuff and just try and sell it on a bit more.
I mean, it's very intriguing where we go now for WrestleMania. I think from what we saw from The Rock last night, he was basically putting pause on the chapter with Roman and ending the chapter with Cody. If he turns up in the Rumble, like, you know, he inserts himself into the WrestleMania build organically through the Rumble, as opposed to just turning up in February, March and saying, "Oh, I'm free for WrestleMania," and start scattering plans. Then cool, fine, all right. But I think we need to get to a place now where, are you in or out? I don't care if you're on the board, like you're here scuppering plans and, you know, you're putting our writers under pressure sort of thing, because we're going to now have to factor you into plans if you just come out of nowhere. Apparently he's shooting Moana stuff in April. Retakes of the live Moana film they're doing. So for me at this point, if he's out, fine. Like, we were privileged enough to see The Rock live last year.
What a privilege. Twice.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of ticked the box for me. So if we need to move, we've got a very talented roster. Let's move forward with them. And the Rock he doesn't need to factor for me at this point.
In the Rumble or anything in general?
Anything towards this build, the WrestleMania build. I think we've done it. We've ticked the box with him now.
So I saw rumors today that Seth and CM Punk match was initially planned for WrestleMania 41, as well as the Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley match was planned for WrestleMania 41. So with that now happening yesterday, like what is that like? How do we now book WrestleMania now? Because everything's going to now revolve around what happens at Royal Rumble now, which is kind of like
there's
obvious, but
we'll get to them. We'll get to those people because they were obviously all involved on the night as well. I thought you were going to mention, because there's some rumors that the WrestleMania match is going to be Seth Rollins versus Gunther for the world.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I was like, I was quite surprised. I'm thinking, I think I told you last week or so, but I don't expect Gunther to get to WrestleMania as world champion. So that could be pretty interesting if that's what they're going to do. But yeah, we'll talk about it when we get there. We'll move along a bit. We obviously, the second main thing from the show, we had the John Cena appearance. He's back now on his farewell tour. I think nice to see Cena. You know, the guy resonates with a lot of people, generations, old, young, everything. Like, a lot of people love Cena, so it was good to kind of see him in his usual babyface cookie cutter kind of way. He talked a lot of sense. He came out and said, you know, I'm on this streak, 2,000 or something days, no wins or anything like that. He had me because this is real story. On a show that lacked story, this was maybe the only real story told and the only real hook given to fans. You talked about new fans wanting to come back. This is the only thing they had to kind of come back for. That is like, well, okay, John Cena just told me this is his journey for the next year. But he lost me. He lost me when he lost me when he started doing that kind of silly, childish cartoon spiel towards the end of his promo. Like, how am I going to win the world title? Should I go through Elimination Chamber? Should I do this? You lost me. You lost me. Like, come on, like, we're adults here. And I know he is still very much for the kids and stuff like that, but that audience wasn't full of kids. That was, you know, fans that know Cena, maybe know Cena from their childhood, could be the best part of teenagers and, you know, 30-year-olds and stuff. Like, we don't need you to be doing all this comical voices and Royal Rumble, and I'm going into the Royal Rumble. Like it was very. I just didn't need it, bro. And in a day and age where we've seen The Rock have to, maybe the keyword is he had to evolve into the final boss. John Cena needs something. It sounds mad to say someone as experienced as John Cena needs something, but John Cena needs something, man.
Maybe this is it. Maybe this is him trying to, like, it's not like a swerve, but him like saying, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to the Royal Rumble. Obviously, the delivery wasn't good, but him now announcing that he's in the Royal Rumble, he now enters the Royal Rumble, and after he does the most, like, he hits the babyface out of the ring, someone that you think is probably cool with, he eliminates them. And you're like, wait, John Cena? And John Cena goes, I had to do it. I need to get the 17. So, yeah, maybe The Rock turning babyface is now opening for Cena to go heel. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. Maybe that is the case. So
it's possible
to see. Yeah,
it's possible where one isn't playing that role, the other might. It's very possible, but yeah, I think even like you just mentioned, even if it's just Edge, I'm not here advocating that he needs a whole heel turn and start cussing and stuff like that and comes dressed in black every week. Like I'm not saying he this that, but if there is a level of desperation and you start seeing him do some questionable things in the Rumble to ensure that he wins it, questionable things along the road to WrestleMania, then there needs to just be an advancement of character. I'm begging WWE to don't just throw this guy out in multicolored t-shirts every week and just give us some promo about, how I'm getting closer, guys. I'm trying to get there. Believe in your dreams. I'm believing in my, allow
me respect.
Allow me, please, God. Like, I'm not here for that. If that's what we're going to get for the next year, I'm not going to be best pleased, man. Like he has to learn from The Rock and how the Rock altered his character and it worked out for the better. And whether he didn't want to do it during his career because of other commitments and stuff, it's time. Like the farewell tour is now, so let's do it.
Yeah. On a second thought, I'm even just thinking about stuff now. If The Rock were to do any, I've seen him to do any heel stuff, I don't think he'll go over. People probably cheer him on a bit more. Because, obviously, people want to see John. From the reaction we got yesterday, a lot of people want to see John Cena win the 17th world title. From the reaction yesterday.
So maybe one thing we should have mentioned at the top of this, as we're kind of analyzing the atmosphere of this show, I don't feel like this show was full of wrestling fans.
Yeah,
there were obviously a lot of celebrities and stuff in thing. I think obviously people that just wanted this big experience.
Netflix employees.
There's probably influencers there and stuff like that.
I don't know if you clocked, but there was. I'm just guessing it. I don't know. I'm not trying to insult anyone or whatnot. But you see, there was a part with Seth Rollins and CM Punk where CM Punk jumped over the ropes and he done the top rope suicide or through the ropes, yeah. And there was a line of people there, and they were they done weird reactions. They're like, oh. Like it made me feel like, bro, are these man actors? Like, are these man assigned Netflix actors extras to be sitting in the front just to give an extra thing? I can't lie, I don't want that one. Don't come and spoil wrestlers. Don't come and spoil WWE like that, please.
Nah,
I don't want that.
That's the one thing I'll say about this show. I think all of this pageantry and stuff that I'm currently down on, I do think it's just this week. I think
after next week we're going back to like what we've been seeing for the past couple years. We've got big matches next week, so let's keep it like that.
I think the pageantry and everything was just for this week, and that's why I'm kind of just letting it slide. And all right, WWE, this is what you wanted to do to, show people how great you were. Cool, I'll let it slide. Apart from The Rock, but next week I think everything's going to be back to normal and stuff. But yeah, I mean, like I say, John Cena. People, I'm not saying that because everyone in the crowd or celebrities and stuff that they don't want Cena to win. I know, regular people like you and me want Cena to get the 17th, but I'm just thinking, boy, I don't mind if he gets it. Like I predicted, I think he's going to get it on his last match and then just drop it. That's what I think is going to happen. So we'll see how we get there. But we just need the story you need to take us on. Just needs to be epic, man. Like it's just got to be something.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the next big thing from this show, the women's world title. It was on the line. Liv Morgan defending against Rhea Ripley. Match was standard. Nothing to write home around sort of thing. I think Rhea Ripley has these very kind of, at times, standard-ish performances, but when she wants to pull it out of the bag, Rhea Ripley could be insane sort of thing. But I think it was one of them ones where we all knew the jig is up for Liv Morgan. Like, you ran around with this title for over 6 months now. Like, it's done. So I don't think many people were invested in anything else apart from seeing Rhea Ripley lift that championship. She did it. She was going to go. They're going to go for the Oblivion. Liv Morgan's finisher. Rhea Ripley remembered who she was, caught her, gave her 2 riptides, pinned her, done. Match was finished. At the end of the match, Dom Mysterio came in. He tried to hug Rhea Ripley.
Why? Like, why? With the story that we've been telling the past couple of months, like, why? Like, as Max will say, is that really a heel thing to do? Is that really a heel thing to do? Like, that one didn't make sense to me. Even though when I was half asleep, so when I saw it happening, I was like, huh? I woke up and said, wait, what are you doing, bro? Liv Morgan just lost her title. Go console her. Why are you now going back to Rhea Ripley, the woman that you've been like, you cheated on and you run away from her and you disrespected her? Like, why would you go back to her?
It makes Dom, like, and I'm literally trying to make sense of it like you were, and I'm just thinking, is Dom a slag for who has the title? Like, is he a little tart for who has the title, like, as opposed to actually liking any of these women? Is it just the women's champion he's chasing around, no matter who has it? Because that's how he came across with this segment. Obviously, it looked like he was going in there to attack her initially, before I think he started claiming it was a hug. But yeah, Rhea Ripley put down her title, kicked him in the balls, hit him with a riptide. And yeah, she walked off into the entranceway. It looked like she was about to wrap up that particular segment. Undertaker's gong. Undertaker's gong here. Undertaker, the American badass Undertaker, Mark Calloway. He came out on the motorbike, came down to the ring, rode around the ring, went back up the entranceway. He done the Brothers of Destruction pose with Rhea Ripley, which was pretty cool. And I thought Rhea Ripley was going to jump on the back of his bike and they were going to go off together, sort of thing, which I thought was...
my wife is here. You can't do that. You got to step off.
But yeah, there was none of that. And he left Rhea Ripley to walk back with her title. So again, for me, yes, they've just done a title match. They've just done a title switch, but opportunity for someone. Like, this could have been Becky Lynch returning. This could have been Charlotte Flair returning. Like, nothing.
Where's Asuka?
Asuka's injured, but I don't know how far away she is from returning. Same with Charlotte Flair, but you could have done something here. Like, because we knew Rhea Ripley was going to beat thing, but instead they chose to put someone on TV, which of course, again, the casuals know in The Undertaker. They know, oh wow, that's The Undertaker. I haven't seen him since I was 12 or whatever. Like, but Undertaker's not going to be there next week.
No.
So what story are we here doing between Rhea Ripley and The Undertaker? Like, it's another missed opportunity for me personally. Yeah. But yeah, Rhea Ripley's the women's champion again. Any thoughts? Anything you want to add?
I don't know what else she could do. She's won it before. I think it's like the third time or twice.
I mean, as this title, this iteration, I think this is twice. Yeah. But of course, she's been Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, and all this stuff. So yeah.
I don't know what else she can do. Like, she's done what she needed to do, and the fact that she's still hanging on with Damien Priest, I don't know. The whole Judgment Day thing needs to probably fizzle out. I would like to see a program with maybe Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley on a serious level, like something that we'll see in NXT. I would love to see a program like that, whereas like Raquel Rodriguez, like, Liv Morgan, I can't lie, you didn't really finish the job. I'm gonna go out there and do it myself, and I'm gonna become a champion. and somehow she overcomes it and she becomes a champion and she has a good run, whatever. But I love to see that. But yesterday I was expecting Becky Lynch, and what's mad is that this was a match where, like, at the end of the match, I was actually getting tired in it, so I was like falling asleep. When I woke up and I saw the Undertaker, I said, "Wait, what the what's the correlation?" Maybe it's a thing where it's like this is a rub in it, like, yeah, you know, lift her up here. This is the woman you're meant to be looking at and stuff. But yeah, Becky Lynch would have been great coming out last night and having a face off and being like, yeah, this is it. But
what do you think Rhea Ripley's road to WrestleMania is? Who's she facing at this point?
A part of me thinks that the Liv Morgan thing's not done, so she's probably gonna do Liv Morgan all the way until Royal Rumble. Then at Royal Rumble, we'll get the new opponent for.
Oh, of course, the Rumble will determine.
And I think with that new opponent, this is now it will now be a thing where it's like whoever wins a women's Royal Rumble, this is the next woman to look out for. And I don't know who it is. We've had, maybe Lyra Valkyria wins it. I don't know. I think she's done well, but maybe this could be the change. This could be the change. Lyra Valkyria. I know Io Sky has been a champion before. I think
that's who it is.
Okay.
It's funny because I don't know if Io Sky wins the Rumble, but I think Io Sky has a very good chance of being the Mania match.
Yeah. I think she was a Rumble. I think it's either I think the final two or final two probably be Io Sky and Lyra Valkyria.
Because remember, there's
heavy on both of them.
There's an elimination chamber. There's an elimination chamber in between, which will determine. So it depends if the Raw women win the Royal Rumble, then SmackDown women will be given the elimination chamber. So yeah, Lyra Valkyria, I think, is where she needs to be right now in the mid card. She's obviously in the final for the Intercontinental Championship, and funny enough, I was thanking God that this Intercontinental Championship wasn't on this show, because this show just felt, from a wrestling point of view, it just felt so flat. I would have thought it's a good thing they didn't hide it in here, sort of thing. Yeah. It wouldn't have meant anything if they won it on this show, sort of thing. So yeah, I was happy that they've saved that for next week. But yeah, 100%. I think Io Sky has probably the best chance of doing a thing there, and I actually think Liv Morgan maybe wins the Intercontinental title maybe at WrestleMania. So yeah, she kind of goes down into that mid card, but she's like a champion there, sort of thing. That could be a good place for her. I've seen this message come up. JLP Games, hey Max, don't know if you remember this, but me and my dad and I met you at SmackDown before Clash at the Castle.
Jeez.
You said that James was sitting 2 front rows of us. Yeah, I think I do remember this vaguely. I think I do remember this vaguely.
He's got a podcast as well.
Oh, we're gonna check this out, man.
Yeah, man.
JLP Games, everyone check that out, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about the other big story, which for me, this is when I just really thought, am I still watching wrestling? Jey Uso versus McIntyre. Bro, like you said, as you were kind of describing this show, a concert. Bro,
they had Jey Uso theme song here. Okay, to you Americans that are watching the show, obviously you had commercial breaks. We didn't have commercial breaks, so we sat through the whole. This is me, Oos. Tell you what, bro, it was playing for 10 minutes. Which I don't mind. It's a concert. I already knew what I'm getting myself into. I already paid the ticket. I know I'm gonna see Jey Uso live on the stage with bracket knots. Cool. Travis Scott comes out with a spliff. I'm sure is that allowed?
I mean, in LA it's legal, right?
But in the production, as a wrestler, you should be inhaling that before going to a match. It can make you psycho.
Oh my gosh. Oh, enough, he's frozen. Oh my god. Yeah, that whole entrance segment and everything was absolutely crazy. Like I never thought I would see a man smoking in the WWE, like not even a cigarette. Man had his whole blunt there and everything. The yeeting, the dancing, the entrance going on for so long. Like I really had to think, am I watching wrestling anymore? Is this just has this divulged into just a massive party sort of thing? And to kind of just go through the segment after all of that dancing and Michael Cole on the table and what's his face, Pat McAfee on the table, we had the match. The match wasn't anything spectacular, really, I would say. We had Drew McIntyre thinking that he basically had it won. He was going for a Claymore where he got rolled up. Jey Uso pinned him. To my surprise, I didn't expect Jey Uso to win. I think that was a very big win for Jey Uso. I think they're putting Jey Uso over as like one of their top guys, sort of thing. Yeah, Jey Uso gets the win and pins Drew McIntyre, and we move on from there. And Alfie, I know you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I don't know what's happening. My connection, it just keeps cutting out. Maybe it's the wind or something. I don't know. They're going, sorry.
What did you think of this match?
It pissed me off. It pissed me off. And you're right, call it a segment. It pissed me off. I don't understand why Jey Uso won. I was so shocked to see Jey Uso win. Maybe obviously like to trying to show that he's a big baby face in the company, biggest baby face in the company. But the match didn't really, it didn't really make sense for me. Like, but like we said, concert in it. Travis Scott comes out with the spliff, brings Jey Uso in. Drew McIntyre, he comes out on his lonely and just tries to win this match, but he lets things get to him, and that was his downfall. And yeah, I hate that was his downfall. I wish that Drew McIntyre had more of a stronger thing. But like we said, we're here to tell stories. David versus Goliath. I have to eat my pie in it.
No story was told here, man. I'm sorry. That wasn't the story.
In terms of Triple H, Triple H was saying heel, David bad versus good,
yeah. Like obviously they did tell somewhat in this story that Drew McIntyre was the big guy that was dominating and all of that kind of stuff against, I guess, the underdog Jey Uso. But like, yeah, it's like even Drew as the bloodline hunter, bro. The entire bloodline were backstage. Good bloodline. Old bloodline, new bloodline, they were all there backstage. We never got no like backstage action, no backstage story of him carrying out his gimmick, carrying out his threats of, I'm gonna kill this person, and work my way to Roman. CM Punk backstage, you didn't do nothing. You're not on niche, bro. Like nothing. Like, so again, another missed opportunity at storytelling. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's just they just wanted to entertain on the night, and all the story that they're saying that this is, we didn't actually see.
Yeah. Do you know, I feel like, like we said, entertainment of the show was great, but obviously with people that I've been watching, forget the wrestling aside, forget the, I hate to say this, people are going to be like, how can you forget wrestling aside on a wrestling show? Yeah, I said it. Forget the wrestling aside for now. In terms of what we've been seeing for the past couple weeks and whatnot, I don't know why we thought this, but we thought we was going to enter the show with that being the main thing in it, and we didn't get that. We've got a complete reset of stuff. They've obviously, I'm guessing, with what Netflix has probably done with WWE, they probably had to rejig things around just to reel people in. And they've done it, and I'm sure they've probably been successful. I'm probably going to get people next week watching it again and seeing what's happened. But I think next week's show will probably be much better, a bit more wrestling, much more wrestling, I'll say, more storyline and more building up. Were we meant to get Wyatt 6 versus Karen?
I think we were meant to get the Wyatt match. We were meant to get the New Day match. And they've pushed those to next week, probably.
So what, Chad Gable and thing now?
They pushed Penta's debut to next week as well. All of this I'm happy for. Like I said, it had no place on this show. None. Zero. Like, I'm happy. Man, Penta would have got swallowed up on this show. No, they wouldn't have cheered how they should be cheering when Penta comes out. So yeah, it's fine for me, sort of thing. But we had one more segment on this show, which we'll go through. Before we get there, guys, hit the like button one more time. Subscribe if you're new here. Let's talk about the main event of Monday Night Raw. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Again, probably one of the biggest story-driven bits going into this particular show. Crowd were big for CM Punk. Crowd were big for Seth Rollins. Everyone cheering. You know, both guys fan favorites. We had a decent match from these guys. Again, nothing to really ring home about. Exchanging finishers. Punk was doing stomps, and Seth Rollins was doing GTSs and stuff. Eventually, Rollins was put away by 2 GTSs back to back.
Same as what we done to John Moxley. Did you watch the?
Yeah, they said that. Yeah, on was that All Out?
All Out. Yeah, AW Out.
Yeah, the Brawl Out, the night of Brawl Out. I think it was. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, I think it was the same night as Brawl Out. Yeah. So yeah, you know, use that kind of same finish. Seth Rollins was a bit jokes in the way he got the first GTS and just like bounced back into the
CM Punk's eye, bro, into the knee straight. That was clean. That was nice.
Yeah, and then pinned him. CM Punk apparently cut a really good promo after the show, which I haven't seen it yet, but I saw a couple of things he spoke about and declared, you know, he's in the Rumble, declared championships he's chasing this year and stuff like that.
Even opponents as well. He was like, Gunther, I'm coming for you. Cody, I'm coming for you. This guy, I'm coming for you. John Cena, I think you mentioned John Cena, I'm coming for you. But that's how you meant to do it. That's how John Cena should have done it and walked away. Cody Rhodes, Rumble, I'll be there. And into the sunset.
Yeah, it's one of them ones where again, the story bit of this part of Cody Rhodes, of CM Punk saying who he's coming after, stuff like that, it wasn't actually on the show. It wasn't actually on the show. So again, you've given us 4 wrestling matches on this show.
3.
We had the Roman one, Rhea Ripley, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk. 4. Plus the Cena segment and the Rock segment at the beginning. As like we said, this show wasn't for us. It was not for wrestling fans. It was literally just for casual
reintroduction.
Like you said, I think Michael Cole done a great job of kind of telling those stories of Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley and why this person hates this person, and the vignettes and stuff like that was all very good. But I just feel like, spare me, WWE. Like, it wasn't for me. Fair enough. The Rock just killed the Cody stuff dead in the water. And I just hope as of next Monday, normal business is resumed.
Yeah, for sure. I think it will be. From what they dropped on the card, like we've seen Kaiser versus Kaiser versus Sheamus. We got Penta versus Chad Gable. We got Lara Valkyria versus I think it's Io Sky. We've also got the street fight between Gunther and Damon Priest. Not Gunther. Sorry, Finn Balor and Damon Priest. Like tomorrow, we'll get back to regular business next week for sure, man. Next week for sure. And I want to see more. I think there was many moments yesterday with the Seth match and Reigns and Solo match where I think to myself, you could blade yourself here.
Yeah,
you can blade yourself right there. Pick it up. Obviously, you could cut yourself right there. Obviously, in the end of the Seth and Punk match, there's a bit of blood on Seth's cheek, but I feel like now we're stepping into Netflix territory. There's many shows on Netflix which are violent. Give us that violence a bit. Not obviously, you know me, I wasn't an advocate for blood before, but I feel like we need more blood fuse or blood in matches where it's like, boom, we're Netflix now. Let's give it to them. Do you get it? But yeah, that's just me.
Oh, I 100% agree, man. Use it sparingly. I'm not asking us to go crazy on it. I don't need loads of F-bombs. I don't need loads of swear words. I don't need...
They bleeped out yesterday, though.
Bleeped what out?
They bleeped out F-bombs and all that sort of stuff yesterday.
From the crowd?
Nah, from wrestlers when they kind of like, I think the CM Punk thing goes, to all the people that think I wouldn't amount for they bleeped out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's like the crowd. They didn't censor the crowd, and the crowd were
no.
saying "F you solo" and stuff like that. Yeah, which I thought
Did
was
you?
cool.
So you watched it playback last night, right? When I was watching it live, the crowd were. I was telling the guys in the group chat, I was like, the guys in the Discord, I said, I feel like the commentary, obviously the commentary is always going to be louder than the music, louder than the crowd and the music. But I felt like I couldn't really hear the music, the entrance music and the comment and the audience as much as I can hear the commentary. The commentary was too loud. So you're hearing, some parts of the match is too quiet.
Yeah,
like
maybe the crowd weren't so responsive.
Maybe, maybe.
It doesn't surprise me because, like I said, during the matches sometimes felt a bit flat because the crowd weren't doing nothing. Not that the action in the crowd in the ring necessarily deserved anything because the matches were very bog standard. But like, yeah, it was just one of them nights, man. It's just one of them ones.
Hulk Hogan. We have to talk about that quickly before. Thank you, God, bruv. For like, do you know what it is in life here? I feel like sometimes you get like the people that have been wrong, that people that are like, you know, bad breeds always get like shown up, and that was a moment there. From when he came out, he done this whole spiel about we used to be a tag team together, blah blah blah. Boo. He then he then teared his t-shirt, and he's no pop. Boo. I think it's time for us to remove Hulk Hogan now. No more. It's done.
He made Netflix get booed with him saying, "Oh, now my tag team partner is Netflix."
That's not good.
Like, it's bad.
That's not
it's
good,
stupid.
bro.
It's terrible. Like WWE recently just had what was that show? Saturday Night Main Event. They removed him from everything associated with that, right? And then they opted to bring him back here because they've gone into cahoots with him on that beer. They're partners literally in terms of
sponsors in the ring now.
Yeah, the Real American Beer or whatever it's called. Not worth it, man. It's just not worth it. No one's interested anymore. No one cares.
Yeah. No, bro, I was laughing my heart. I was laughing my ass off. Even the Netflix subtitles were saying crowd is booing. Is that something you want to live? Is that something you want to like add to your legacy? Just call it a day, man.
This might be one of the last times he's put in front of a live crowd.
Yeah.
If they do any other stuff with him now, I'm sure it'll be pre-filmed, backstage, anything like that.
Yeah.
And the last image of him in front of a live crowd is him there with a mic on and subtitles above his head that say "crowd booing." Terrible.
Booing.
Horrible.
Yeah, he shouldn't. I think it's time for Hulk Hogan to move on, man. Documentaries, Netflix specials where he's just there pre-recorded, but for him to now come out again, it's gonna get worse. It will get worse. People will now be chanting. I'm guaranteed the next show he comes out if they do bring him out, which I doubt they will. People say "F you, Hogan," "F you," and that one there is drowning. You can't even speak of that one.
Nuclear.
You can't even say, "Let me tell you something, brother." No, the brother thing is gone now. We're not brothers no more. We're ops.
Man said, "Let me tell you something, brother." Boo.
Let me tell you something, brother. Boo. Even Jimmy Hart couldn't even come forward. You know, he wanted to go away.
Hiding behind the
leave. Trust me. He wanted to leave, bro.
Horrible.
It's embarrassing, man.
Absolutely horrible. But you know, guys, that was Raw on Netflix, the debut show, mixed show. Like I say, not a show for the wrestling fans per se, but we gotta let WWE slide and do a bit of promo, 3-hour promo, 3-hour advert, and see if we get new fans. The road for WrestleMania is developing. Somewhere on this show, I think they said Royal Rumble 3 weeks away, and I was like, oh my god, 3 weeks away!
3 weeks away.
Like it's later than it usually is because they've put it, I think, on the 1st of February. However, it's 3 weeks away. So it's like that's something to look forward to now and something they're going to be building towards, which I think is really cool. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to SmackDown over the next weekend, where we'll see what our new women's champion Tiffany Stratton has in store. And if there's going to be any switcheroos with this transfer window, it looks like Bailey might be moving to Raw, which is interesting. So yeah, this show, we just have to charge it as fans. We just got to charge it and move on. Like, not what I think any of us thought we were going to get. Very far from what we thought we were going to get. But yeah, I think we've kind of cleaned up the road to WrestleMania in regard to The Rock. Maybe he's not on the road at all. And we've got over the big 6th of January Netflix now, and it's time to move forward with the road to WrestleMania.
Yep.
Any last thoughts?
Overall, like we said, it's a concert. We now know what to expect in terms of production rights from Netflix, and that's the key thing for me that I was looking forward to. What to expect? What does WWE look like under Netflix? And we got that yesterday. Even from the backstage stuff, the camera was a bit different. I don't know if you saw where Roman was backstage.
That 8K camera for Roman.
Low angle on The Rock coming out through the entrance, and you could see the fans above him, fans at the side. That was lovely. Like, if we're gonna get more of that, please give us more of that. I would love to see an entrance like that for Roman Reigns. I don't think we even got something like that for Roman Reigns. We've got more of that new camera angle that we got from it's like a crane that goes around.
Yeah,
that was nice as well. Like, yeah, I think in terms of production wise, I know what I'm getting from WWE, and that's what I was watching this show for. But as we said, as of next week, we'll definitely get back to normal business. And these fans that watch that this week are definitely going to get a wake up call next week where they're watching them like, okay, cool, this is legit. But,
yeah, man. Decent show. I think top next week is the real right. This show, this pageantry, this concert is out the way now. We'll see what this really looks like. Like, obviously, you even just mentioned some of the presentation things. I think as of next week, we're going to get a real taste of what it's really going to look like outside of the big show of us moving over here. So we'll wait and see. I'm sure there's going to be lots and lots of discussion on this debut episode on Netflix. So guys, make sure you are following WrestleManiac UK on all platforms. Make sure you're following Restings as well, to see the fallout from the Mandem as well, what they think about this. And of course, we're on the road to WrestleMania now, so make sure you're following for all that content that comes along with that. And Arfi, anything else you want to plug before we get out of here?
No, just keep subscribing. My Mex is churning out content and videos every week, so as well as wrestling as well. So guys, make sure you've hit that notification button, man, because that notification button is important. It's more important than the subscription. So hit that notification button so that when the video drops, you'll be alerted and you can stop whatever you're doing and watch a video. So yeah, make sure you do that for sure.
Guys, we'll be back very, very soon. Podcast later on this week on AEW Dynamite. If you watch AEW, that should be a good show, as a lot of the stars that were in Japan will return to Dynamite this next week. So we'll see how that all pans out for them. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you